Thanks for tuning in. I'll be building a custom vent hood for this kitchen remodel today. And as you see from the very beginning, I put crown where crown shouldn't be. Luckily, it's pretty easy to remove. For the actual cabinet slash vent hood housing, I'm using 3/4 inch oak plywood. And as this progresses, you'll see the actual vent will not fit, but luckily I used 1/2 inch plywood on one side and it fixed the issue. I hope you enjoyed the video, and please leave me a comment and let me know if you have any questions. Alright, let's do a little catch up. So I built this box. This is going to go right in front of the vent hood. Whenever I put it up, you'll see it. But what we plan on doing with this is stain it. We're going to stain it the same color as we're doing the pantry shelves and the floating shelves. For our doors, I just put this one together. This one's going above the vent hood. Everything doesn't stick to it. But whenever you do your glue up, it's pretty messy, so I'll try not to put anything directly under where the glue's going to be so it doesn't all stick together. Another thing with the doors, whenever you're building the doors, I currently do not have my long clamps, so I just glued them up and let them sit here. So you end up getting gaps. If you can see a little bit of gaps here if you're not clamping these tight enough, or if your fit up wasn't good enough. But all of this, I'm not staining any of this. All this is paint, so it's all gonna be white paint, so it doesn't have to be perfect. What I do is right here, I sand all the glue off of each door, and then on the edges I fill with wood putty. And remember, you want to mount it up a little bit so it sands smooth, and all this will be paint grade, and it will look seamless when you're done. So I have my vent hood all framed out, like I showed you down below, that box I built is going to go over the front, so you won't see any of this. So it's going to look, the crown just sticks out a little more than the crown on the cabinets. I've already got it wood puttied. Speaking of wood putty, I usually go to this right here, the DAP plastic wood. I really do like it, but I went ahead and tried the Gorilla wood filler. This is the first time trying it. I will say the Gorilla wood filler goes on a little more gritty. Let's see if I can show you some of it. It's a little more gritty. I mean, it's definitely hard. With the DAP plastic wood, this stuff is it's like putty when it's new. One thing you have to know is when you're using it, get what you need out of it and then close it back up, because this stuff gets hard pretty quick, and then you store it upside down. And also the plastic wood, you can tell it's pretty good because the way it smells. You can really tell the chemicals in it. This really has no smell at all. And one-handed. Pain in the butt. Yeah, it has no smell whatsoever. So we'll see how this works out. Again, I usually go with plastic wood. If y'all have any different types of wood filler you use or found that works, let me know. Write down in the comments below and I'll try it out. Again, I think I would go with plastic wood so far. I haven't sanded this stuff yet, so we'll see how easy it is to sand. What I'm doing now, I got my plastic back up. I'm going to sand all these areas. Then I'm going to paint this and then touch up paint all the areas I need to sand. I have a couple runs. I don't know if you can see them. I have a run right here, very small, not really that noticeable here, but I'm gonna sand it down smooth. Just I'm kind of perfectionist when it comes that way. Up top, there was a little spot right here that was indented in, so I filled it and I'm gonna sand that smooth. But other than that, everything else is looking really good. Once I get this painted, I'm gonna pull the plastic down. I've already started on the doors, as you've seen. I got those two doors done, these two doors done, one of these doors and one of these doors. What I'm doing here is both of the doors right here are gonna match. So I think this is 10 3/4. This is gonna be 10 3/4. But what's left, I think, is like 12 inches. But I wanted to make sure that the two doors next to the stove and the vent matched. And they'll both swing out. They'll swing out. So this one, I'm gonna have to put in a board here to make it swing out. So it looks unison. And then the door on the right side will swing in. Other than that, everything else is looking good. After I get all that stuff done, I'll start on my drywall repairs. Back here, I mean, I could put a 1/4 inch piece of plywood, but I'm just gonna mud it and make it look nice. Same as behind the refrigerator. I'm just gonna mud it. And that should be nice. But we are coming together very quickly now. Go ahead and start sanding. Once the paint starts peeling, you need to sand it until it starts feathering in. So that's why I had to take so much off right there. I'm leaving a lot up there because there is a little divot or indention right here. So this actually is smoothing it out really nice. Still working on this piece of crown. So we need to let that dry. After sanding, I don't know, it's a toss up now between the two putties. I mean, this got really hard. I was just going on by the smell. This smells like it's gonna give you some kind of cancer. So that's how you know it's good. But I mean, this went on really easy and feels like it sanded. It was really hard, so we'll see what it looks like with paint on it. I don't know, I might be moving to the Gorilla. All right. This is a great jig. It's the correct jig. Put holes in for your cabinet hardware. Goes by millimeters. You have 6, 5, 4, 3. I used to do a 6 millimeter. And another little trick is to get like a straight edge. And this will line your hinges up even with each other, but I also measure just in case. So I'll put this one in first. It's also a good idea to pre-drill holes, which I didn't do.